Hello, hello. May peace and blessings be with you. I hope that you're having a fantastic Monday. I am back in my office and I cannot explain how great this feels being back at my desk. Although I have loved, and enjoyed my travels so super much. It's been such a blessing that I get to live this lifestyle. But there's something about being home in your own space, in your own home office. That is so fantastic. Okay, so talk to me, friends. What do you have going on today? I am going to talk about funnels today. We are going to take a look at what funnels are, if you need them for your business. If you have any questions related to funnels, please talk to me, send them my way. So the topic today is funnels. We're going to talk all about funnels. We'll see how much time we have, if we can show you the technical setup of a funnel. If not, no worries. Next week, I have time set aside to talk about the technical setup of an opt-in funnel because I really want you to be able to build your own funnels very easily. And I'm really literally going to help you build the world's simplest funnel and all the technical aspects of that next week. The biggest difference between a funnel and a website is that when people come to your website has a whole bunch of different options that they can click on. You typically would have an About Me page, a services page. You may have other pages like a blog post or other places where you show up, like on social media and stuff like that. You may have icons for all of that people can go check out what you're all about. And you may have some sales pages on your website. You may have some other resources that you want people to have access to, and events that you may have coming up, stuff like that, right? So a website is I see it as like a comprehensive place for you on the web where people can learn a little bit more about you and even engage you for services or products and all of that, right? So that's typically what a website does. Websites have worked for a very long time. People typically would Google you first, find your website, get to know you a little bit. I don't know if they really get to like and trust us just through our websites, but they at least get to know us a little bit on our website. So your website should be something that is giving people a glimpse into who you are as a human being, what your business is about, and what are the different services or products and things like that that you provide, and where to get more information. Where a website does not do a good job is because there's a lot going on. When people come to a website, they don't necessarily make any decisions. They just really get to learn a little bit about you, and that's about it. They're not really sitting there making a decision about something, even though you have paid offers and things like that on your website. So typically, a funnel does a really good job. A funnel is a set of pages taking people through a guided experience. On every page, you literally only have the ability to make one decision, sometimes two, but mostly primarily just one decision, so that they are moving forward through that pipeline. A funnel is literally a way for you to bring people into your ecosystem, funnel them into your ecosystem. So just by giving something of value to them, either through a free offer or a paid offer. And you can also design a funnel any which way. You can have multiple steps in your funnel. You can keep it very simple. You can basically do whatever your heart desires in terms of that funnel. But what works really, really well is you understanding what your ideal clients are looking for, right? Their pain points and their aspirations. If you are really clear on that and what is the happy path you want them to take, you are basically designing those steps and guiding them throughout those steps through your funnel, right? So if you're able to do that, you're going to have a fantastic funnel on your hand that is going to do really, really well. Question for you. Do you have funnels at the moment in your business? Or do you have a website at the moment? What do you have? I want to know. And if you want to share your links in the comments, also please go for it. I would love to check them out because I love looking at different websites and things like that. So I have a separate membership, which is Lead Automation Hub membership. In that membership, going forward in a few more months, I'm basically planning out this content. I am going to be reviewing funnels of other people and basically re-engineering them so that I can show you the ins and outs of those funnels and how you can also implement it for your own business. So Yeah, this mad scientist is getting out of control over here. In a good way, in a good way. Wherever you're at, trust me, you're not behind. You are, we always are where we're meant to be. Okay, so one question I get asked all the time, can I put my lead magnet funnel or opt-in funnel, that is the most commonly used funnel, and that is the first funnel you absolutely want to create just so that you can start to capture leads, because a lot of us are providing a lot of really good value out there, but we're doing it for free, which is okay. We all do that. We all start there. Give it away for free, but at the same time collect that lead so that once you have a paid offer ready, you can put it in front of people. If you think your social media is enough, I'm here to tell you, no, it is not, because your social media can go away any day. And I've seen that happen over and over with many people, where you have built a big following and one day Facebook decides to either suspend your account or disable your account and all of that. And you're having to start all over again. So to prevent yourself all that heartache, you are going to create a super simple landing page. The job of that landing page is to capture that lead and provide something of value for free. That is one of the types of funnels that you can build, and we will build it next week because there's some technical setup with that. I'm going to start with a template. I'm going to show you how to plop your own stuff into that template and how to build it very easily. So if you don't yet have one, you're going to get one very, very soon. If you're not sure which platform to pick, there's so many different platforms out there. Depending on the phase of journey that you're on in your business, I can help you pick the right platform so that you can build on that and go for it. Do not spend too much time in making that decision. This is not the ultimate decision you're making. If you have been sitting on that decision for like 3 months or more, please stop. Make a decision, pick a platform, go with it. Once you learn after 3 months or so, if you need to change, pivot, switch, no worries at all. I've done it and I've survived, and you can do it too. But if you are looking for like an all-in-one platform that is going to scale and grow with you, I also have a recommendation for One Tech for you on that. One Tech is an all-in-one platform that does a little bit of everything. It does funnels, it does websites, it does website chat things. It also does social media scheduling. It books your appointments and things like that for you, and a whole bunch of other things. What I love about One Tech is that all your conversations stay in one place. That's probably by far my favorite feature of that, because prior to that, I was going to all different platforms to chase conversations and figure out where we last left off on some conversation. If it started in an email and then ended up in a text, it was very hard to follow all of that. So One Tech keeps all conversations in one spot, which I love so super much. Everything else I feel like is like just added stuff. I think once it simplified that little pain point for me, I was happy, I was sold. And ever since then, I've been very happy with the platform, and we have onboarded lots and lots of clients, and we are building and getting better every single day. Danielle said, is that landing page something I should do right onto my website, or do I make it in Social Connector somehow connected to my website? Okay, so Danielle, thank you so much for this question. This was a question I was trying to answer and I totally went on a tangent. Okay, so the one question I get asked is, where do I build that first opt-in funnel? So my recommendation at this moment is going to be wherever you already have a website or a page or something, build it there, right? Later on, figure out where else you could move it and all of that, because I feel like that is a thing that is keeping people stuck, because a lot of times we have a website typically on WordPress or Squarespace or something like that. If you already have a website, just add another page that collects leads, because your website at a minimum needs to be able to collect leads for you. Even if it's not selling anything for you, it at least needs to be able to capture leads for you. So if you already have a place, build it there. If you do not have a place, check out One Tech. If you are wanting to get an all-in-one platform, if you are not there yet, if you're like, I don't even know what I'm going to sell, I don't even know who I'm talking to, and all I want to do is anything I put out, I just want to be able to capture that lead via email in return for that, then you want to check out Flodesk. So I've done some Flodesk training inside this group recently. The last few weeks I've been talking about Flodesk. So if you're in need of that, please check out that training. I have pinned it at the top for now. Later on, it will be taken off of there. So just search the group for Flodesk and you should be able to find it there. Okay, so why do I recommend Flodesk? Flodesk is a fantastic platform that does one thing really, really well, which is building your opt-in funnels. I'm going to call them opt-in funnels. There's so many different names for it. What an opt-in funnel is basically a 2-page funnel where the first page is considered a landing page. It's called a landing page because that's where people land. Once you give them the link, that's the page they land on. You tell them a little bit about the free resource you're about to give them, and then they fill out a quick form, which literally has their name and email on it, and they hit submit. On the next page, it gives them the resource that you've promised them. That's like the simplest way to structure a funnel. And what that is going to do is it's going to bring leads into your ecosystem. So I have captured so many leads just using that quick Flodesk landing page opt-in funnel, and it works beautifully. The other reason why I also recommend Flodesk, it's very cost effective. So you can get, if you go to Flodesk directly, I think you're going to pay, I want to say probably $38 a month for unlimited emails. As many emails you want to send, that would be covered. But you can also grab my affiliate link. So I will grab the link and I will throw it in the comments for you. So you can grab that affiliate link. With that, you can get your Flodesk subscription for $19 a month for the first year. So save yourself some money and do that. If you're not yet sure what you're going to offer, when you're going to launch a paid offer or anything like that, right? All you want to do is just capture emails. Please don't even look at anything else. Just get Flodesk and start collecting leads and start creating content, right? The more you show up, the more you're offering help, the more people will be attracted to you. And as you're doing that, don't be shy about making paid offers. And people are like, but I don't really have like a full blown sales page or anything or sales funnel to offer something. Trust me, when I first started, I was like of the mind that I wanted to just build my list with paid clients. And so with that, I would just do low cost offers all the time. I would do like Zoom workshops and meal planning workshops and a whole bunch of other, quick workshops. Cause I don't know, that's just my style. I absolutely love doing that. So I would just do those and I would just create a link in Stripe. Literally, I would just create a link in Stripe. I didn't even have a fancy email platform or anything like that. I would just have people buy from there. Once I received confirmation from Stripe that so and so has purchased this thing, then I would literally manually email them the Zoom link. I'd be like, here's your Zoom link. And people could come join that workshop and that's it, right? I started a very low scale because I already had a full-time job, then a full-time consulting gig. So I had very little time to devote to coaching and all of that. So that's how I got started. And of course, like with time, once I was ready to scale and all of that, I got a fancy platform. I got everything connected and all of that stuff. But until you have your idea mapped out and who you're helping, what you're helping them with and all of that, it is perfectly okay to use either Flodesk or some other platform just to capture leads so that you are building content, building trust, and people are starting to like you. So Danielle mentioned social connector. So I also want to talk about that. So there are a lot of different white labeled versions of Go High Level. They offer all different things. Social connector is one of them. One Tech is another one. So either one, you can just build a funnel directly there as well. So great question. Okay, Danielle said, does that Flodesk connect to your website? So yes, Flodesk can connect to your website. The way I would do that is instead of doing a crazy fancy Stripe integration, Zapier integration, what you want to do instead is you want to take a piece of code from Flodesk and you want to throw that on your website. So what that does is you have on your existing website, it is seamless to people. People don't know where this little section on your website came from. It is coming from Flodesk. It's powered by Flodesk. And what that does is when some lead is captured through that, it automatically is captured inside Flodesk. And if you have a workflow in the back end that sends them an email and all that good stuff, that will be handled by Flodesk. So you're basically delegating that little job on your website to Flodesk, and then the rest is staying on your website. There are platforms that let you do your opt-ins and your emails and all of that directly on your website. I know Wix was one of them. I had a website on Wix long time ago, once upon a time. I know that I had to pay extra for the email piece, and I did not like that. And I was just like, but I think I did it for a little while. If you're going that route, then you literally are signing up for another email service through that email through that website platform, if it's Wix or Squarespace or something like that. So just know that there are differences and nuances in the background with that. Okay. Carlin said, I have mine at top of my website page and then sprinkled throughout my website. That's fantastic. That's a good way of doing it. So literally on my website, there are a few different opt-in funnels. There is one that's the easiest one. Let me actually share that for a second. So we are going to take a look. So I'm going to go in here, simplify one thing. Simplify one thing. So I have a few different opt-in funnels in here. The easiest one is this resources one. If you go to simplifyonething.com, this is also an opt-in funnel, right? I'm saying want tech tips delivered straight to your inbox, sign up here. Literally, this is an opt-in funnel. So if people sign up, when they sign up, they are going to get added to my email list. When I send out emails every week, they receive those in their inbox, right? So that's one funnel. There's another one that's resources. If they click on resources, I literally tell people about this. I tell them, if you want to learn Canva, if you're fairly new to online business building and marketing and all of that, then you want to build a brand that stands out. My Canva training can help. This is a fantastic training. If you are struggling with Canva or Canva confuses you, this is a great training to have. Please sign up. So this is the page for that. That's another funnel, another opt-in funnel. And there's one more, which is if you're not sure where to start, right? Like at the beginning, I feel like there's so many decisions people have to make. I want to simplify that for you because I've spent so much time in indecision at the beginning of my journey that I don't want you to feel that way. Also, I want you to get on a call with me and we're going to hash this out. We're going to figure this out together. So for that, I'm basically having you click on start here. You're filling out a quick little form. This tells me a little bit about you, about your business, and it also helps us keep our conversations very focused. When I get on a call with you for 20 minutes, I want to make sure that 20 minutes is super valuable for you and you walk away knowing some things and making some decisions. So once you fill this out on the next page, you're going to get a link to book a free call with me. It's a one-time free consultation that I do so that you get your answers. So just like that, I have basically 3 different opt-in funnels on my website. In addition to that, people get to learn about services and book calls with me and a whole bunch of other things on my website. But the primary job of my website is for people to learn about my business, what I'm all about, and what services we provide. I did not start with building a website first. I built all kinds of funnels first. We built all different funnels, my mastermind funnel first, my software funnel first, my VA services funnel first, a whole bunch of other funnels first. And then we came back and we built the website where we connected everything together. The reason why we did it this way was because we were talking about the actual paid offers, paid programs first. And then it got to a point where we were offering so many different services that people are like, where can I go to learn about all the things that you provide? I'm like, okay, I better have a place. So my website is really a hub where people can come and learn a little bit about what are all the different services that we provide and how we may be able to help, and also capture leads through my website. So just wanted to share an example so that you have a visual of like how this is operating for me, for my business. Let me know if you have any questions about this. But how am I sending traffic over here? I'm literally telling people about it all the time. I'm not running any paid traffic yet. So I am organically just building my list and telling people about it on different calls I'm on. When people say, where can I book a call? Rather than just giving them the link, I actually bring them here a lot of times. And I say, go to simplifyonething.com, go to schedule. Here, you're going to see the different offers to book a call with me, depending on what you need and all of that, right? So I'm literally funneling traffic over here organically myself. And you can do that too at the beginning. And every week, I feel like I'm adding several leads to my ecosystem. And, life is good by the grace of God. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Danielle is asking, how does your VA service work? So, Danielle, I'm all about training and coaching. That is like, I feel like my jam. That is what I enjoy doing. So, what we have done is we've created a VA training and certification program where you delegate the job of finding a VA, hiring a VA, and training that VA for you to me. So I go and I take your requirements and then I go and find an amazing, talented human being for you. And then me and my team train that person. And once they're fully trained, then they start working with you directly. What we have done is over time, we have identified 30 plus competencies that we feel that VAs need to have to be able to support you as an online business owner for the long run. So we actually train them on all those things. The platform we use primarily for training is OneTech, which is powered by Go High Level. So that is what they get trained on, but they don't just get trained on funnels and email marketing and stuff like that. They also get trained on other stuff like Facebook group, setting up groups, Facebook group management, video editing, creating Zoom meetings, creating your StreamYard live streams and things like that. A whole bunch of other things, right? So it's not just geared towards the all-in-one platform like OneTech. We go way beyond that, and we really want to give them a wide range of skills so that they're able to really support you. And of course, like once they start working with you, they hit the ground running, they build a few things based on what you need, and then if they need additional skills, they actually do their own research and learn those on the job as they go. Pretty much like how we learn when we are hired by a company, we learn on the job. They provide some initial training, and then, going forward, if there are specific things, we learn those as we go. So it's the same type of model that I have kept, and it works beautifully. Daniel said, I feel like I need help with everything. LOL. Daniel, I feel your pain, friend. I know that how overwhelming all of this can be, so no worries. Talk to me, schedule a call with me. We can sit down and I can help figure out what would be best for you, and we can go from there. And Catherine Hermes is here also. Okay, so she's saying, if we're building a funnel on OneTech, it looks like there's a benefit to adding additional pages to my website, or can we add those little sign pop-ups on my WordPress website? So Catherine, you can do both. You can build your standalone funnel on OneTech, and you can also add your sign up things on your existing website, because why not both, right? Why not funnel people in from multiple places? So please do that. So next week when we meet, I'm gonna go over the setup of a funnel. I'm gonna start with a template. I'm going to just build a funnel, build an opt-in funnel from scratch. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to mention was all different types of funnels, right? So the opt-in funnel is like the simplest one. It's also called a lead squeeze funnel sometimes. All you're doing is really capturing the lead and adding them to your ecosystem. And then later on, whatever process you have running, you just add them to that. If you have like a weekly newsletter going out or something like that, they'll just start receiving those. Sometimes you also do a nurture sequence specific to new people coming in so that they are nurtured over time, and then you put a paid offer in front of them. That's really like what you want to do eventually. So, but if you're not there yet, if you don't have a sales offer or anything like that, no worries. Just get them added to existing, whatever you have going on, funnel them into that. And then later on, when you have a paid offer, you can totally offer it to them. There are other types of funnels. There is a book funnel where you are capturing people, you're telling them they could get a book for free. They just have to cover shipping. If it's a physical book, you can do that. That's called a book funnel. If you're giving away a digital copy of a book where there's no shipping, that's also considered a funnel. You're basically giving them a free resource. That's also an opt-in funnel or book funnel. There is also something where you are funneling people into come in to book a call with you. So that one would have a calendar link on the back end. I shared one on my website where you click on the start here button. So that's basically my calendar, like booking link funnel, where it books people directly with me on my calendar, right? So that's also something you can add. There are other funnels where you start with a free lead magnet at the beginning, but once people say yes to that, on the very next page, you have a low cost offer. So you're converting them to a paid client right away with a low cost offer. So that's another funnel that you can build, and you can basically build as many steps as you want, keep it as simple or as complex as you want to meet your needs for your business. But the key there is to really map out the happy path for your client and guide them through those steps on that path so that they get to the paid offer eventually and say yes to that. Okay, Kim is saying, where are you putting this information out to capture the attention to get them to a funnel? Kim, that is a fantastic question. All different ways. So if you think about it, my current trainings, these weekly trainings that I'm doing, I'm using these as an opt-in funnel also. So I invite people every week to come join my free live tech training. I also tell them replay will also be available in the group. Come to the group. So when they enter the group at the door, at the gate of the group, you get asked a few questions. One of those questions is asking for your email address, where I'm going to send you something, right? So I'm also capturing that email and sending you a free clarity guide, I believe, right? As part of that. So essentially, I'm capturing your email directly from the Facebook group, and then I'm sending you a free resource on the back end. So that's also a type of funnel. That's one way I am telling people about it and capturing the lead. Other ways are people maybe doing a Facebook post or an Instagram post or a Facebook reel or an Instagram reel or something on YouTube, right? Where you're constantly telling people about it that, I figured something out. I want you to have access to that also, kind of thing, right? So that thing is basically a landing page where you're not sending them directly to the PDF or something, that resource, right? You're not giving that away directly. You're sending them to that landing page. So that's where you would share that. So long time ago, I used to just share it directly in the post or in the comments of the post. Now the better strategy is to basically have them comment with a keyword. Either, I could ask for the word clarity or something like that, or I could ask them to put in 111 in the comments or something like that. And then on the back end, I have an automation running that basically would look for all of the comments, and wherever it sees 111, it basically would send them a DM and it'd say, click on this link. And that link is for the landing page, or I could start a conversation in the DMs with them. And that's how I would deliver that. It's a little bit longer, but at the same time, if you think about it, you're also connecting with your ideal clients, and you're also building rapport by doing a direct message to them rather than just someone grabbing a link of a post. I feel it feels like less intimate. It feels less connected. But some people like that. Some people prefer that. Some people would never DM someone, right? I was one of those people. I'm an introvert, so it's very difficult for me to actually go out and DM people. So yeah, so both ways work. You figure out what you feel the most comfortable with and use that, and just use that consistently, and you will see that list grow for sure, for sure. I hope this answers your question. Okay, Michelle is asking what time next week for funnel discussion. So same time. My plan is to be here at 11 a.m. Eastern time. If there's some technical things going on or some of the craziness happening in my life, then sometimes we delay by like 10 to 15 minutes. So by 11:15 a.m. at the latest, but my plan is to be here 11 a.m. EST next week. Okay, Michelle said, I have a PDF on my website to capture leads with lead magnet. So I guess I do have a simple funnel. There you go. Yep, that's it. Kim said, yes, thank you. Michelle said, thanks. Okay. All right, friends, I am going to hop off. I am going to be, if you're in Michelle's Big Breakthrough Academy Elites group, I do Q&A there on Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern time every Monday. If you're in the 90 Difference Elites group, I do Q&A, tech Q&A there at 12:45 p.m. Eastern time every Monday. So you can catch me in one of those places as well. Monday is my busy day in terms of, talking about tech and all that, but I love it. I love starting my week with that because we are all, our minds are fresh and we're talking about something creative here together. And I love it so super much. Okay, so I will catch you next week, same time, same place, 11 a.m. Eastern time inside the Wealthy Startups group. If you have other people who may benefit from learning tech, please send them my way. And I will see you next time. May peace and blessings be with you, friends. I love you all. Bye.